All right. So, how to avoid gaining weight over the holidays? So, I found two websites, two doctors actually. One who's a gastroenterologist, and another one who's just a doctor. I didn't find any specialty. Um, just to see what were the recommendations from a health professional point of view. So, of course, there are things that you know already. We tend to, for example, be stressed out before the holidays and during the holidays. It is a stressful period of the year, and stress may. I know that for me, when I'm really stressed, I tend to crave carbs, chips, and sugar as well, candy, cake, anything like that. So you must be aware of that at some point during the holidays, so it's not news to you. But there are other recommendations and other tricks that you can know ahead of time, plan ahead of time, and try to figure a way to avoid gaining weight. So Dr. Lam is, it says Dr. Lam coaching. Okay, so first doctor. Learn to say no. So it's kind of funny because in this particular recommendation, Dr. Lam will say that maybe sometimes it's harder when it's your own family who's kind of putting pressure, but not consciously, not in a mean way, but they'll put pressure on you to have a second serving, to eat more, to try this and that. So this is what he means by say no, even when it's difficult. So weigh yourself regularly is the second recommendations. You can be more focused if you're aware of the weight, and for example, if you feel like you've gained weight that particular week, you'll be able to correct the situation much more sooner and immediately take care of it and address the situation before it gets out of hand. So this is what it means by weigh yourself regularly. Also, next up, we have be mindful. So be mindful of what you're eating, meaning that you can keep a journal, a food log, for example, that can be done, year long. It doesn't have to be specifically for the holidays, in my opinion. So be mindful, eat slowly, try to feel the texture of the foods and things like that. And also, in that same category, choose a snack with fiber. So it's kind of to have like a bowl of celeries and carrot sticks and things like that. Especially if you feel like you're hungry but you're not starving. So if you eat between meals healthy snacks, it's perfect. It will help you better manage your weight. And then we have control stress, as I was saying. So the doctor says prolonged stress increases cortisol, and the cortisol production eventually can lead to weight gain. So I won't go into the details of the scientific side of it, but this is what it means mainly: control your stress. Next up, we have beware of liquid calories. So liquid calories, it can be hot chocolate, eggnog. Thank God we have eggnog only in the period of the holidays, because honestly, I mean, don't you see that if you have like a small thing, it's hundreds and hundreds of calories? I don't know exactly what's in it, but I know that it's not for the waistline. Alcohol, beverages, drinks are high in calorie, and sometimes some drinks or alcohol can stimulate appetite, and we don't want that. And the last recommendation is to do some cooking yourself. So you know about what you put in your foods, what you put in a dish, and it's also a way of adding healthier meals, even if it's the holidays, in all the dishes. Next up, we have Russell Avranek, a doctor who's a gastroenterologist. Quite a specialty. It's hard to pronounce, I must say. So, sorry for the noise. He's going to tell you to don't break your regular exercise routine. So that's very important. If you're already working out year long, like myself, don't fall off the wagon. Keep the same schedule, and even if you can, increase a little bit your workouts. Then another recommendation is to choose a friend and set a goal. So it can be a weight loss goal, it can be exercise goal. What that means is that you tend to be more motivated if you have someone with you, someone you can rely on who's accountable. So that gives you an extra motivation to keep track of what you eat and keep track of the weight, your own weight. And maybe, who knows, maybe the holidays is just the perfect excuse to start working out before. So we're about 1 month before the holidays now. Also, don't go to a party hungry. So it's a little bit like going to grocery stores when you didn't have anything to eat before, in my opinion. Not eating because you know that you're going to eat a lot for the holidays is not a good idea. It's just the opposite. You better eat, small meals before, let's say, dinner for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Then you'll know that you won't binge on things that you don't eat. All the, whether it's meat pie, whether it's dessert, turkey and stuffing and things like that, traditional meals for the holidays. It's not a good idea to starve all day so that you have more room, because honestly, personally, it doesn't work at all. I'll tell you my point of view. You're going to eat, but you're not going to eat twice or 3 times as much because you didn't eat breakfast and lunch. So you might as well have smaller meals throughout the day, and maybe pick a specific meal or a specific dish that you want to eat but not feel guilty about. So if it's dessert, go for dessert and have the traditional meals, smaller portions. If it's turkey or meat pie, it's horrible. Meat pie it's the worst. You have like the crust that's very fattening, and then you have an important amount of meat inside. So one slice, if you want, of meat pie is really high in calorie. But if you have like a reasonable size and then you don't eat as much dessert, you'll be fine. It's be aware of what you eat and be mindful. Next up, we have avoid carbs. So avoid cake, cookies, desserts. We don't want bloating. Bloating is very uncomfortable. When you start feeling a little bit tight in your jeans or in your clothes, it's not good. So it can lead to weight gain eventually. One thing that I just remember from Dr. Oz, one of the things, he's a bit odd when he gives advice for weight gain. He says that it's a good idea to wear fitted clothes, like a fitted dress or fitted jeans, things like that, so that you feel like when your stomach gets full. It's a good idea. It's a bit funny, it's a bit odd, but it can help if you don't wear loose clothes to be more mindful of the portions that you have. You'll feel like your stomach is full. Lean meat, chicken and seafood is very good. Sometimes you have, these little shrimps cocktail thing. That's very good. It's not fattening at all. It's not fried or anything. And then again, minimize stress during the holidays. So you can work out to relieve a little bit of that stress. Have lunch with a friend.